I love fishing because it's a great way to meet people and have a good time basically. It's just a really good social thing as well as obviously it's entertaining when you're catching fish and getting a nice feed. My favourite fish to catch in Melbourne is the snapper. Out here I've caught fish sort of up to 6 to 7 kilos, which is great fun on light tackle. I think the bay's in really good health. You know, the reef systems and that fisheries are creating in the bay is a really good thing because it's a great habitat for fish.
When you speak to people that have been fishing for a long period of time, they actually recognise how important these habitats are. Yeah, you just chat to anyone about where you go fishing for the best spot. Usually it's in between, you know, the seagrass and the reef, and they'll tell you really specifically about the best places to fishing, and it's usually related to these habitats. We do a range of different work on a lot of the different habitats. So that might be diving out in the kelp forests, counting all of the sea urchins and different animals and fish that are there, and then into the seagrass meadows where we might be taking sediment cores to look at the carbon that's stored in there. So I think what makes Port Phillip and Western Port Bay so unique is the diverse array of marine ecosystems. We have the kelp forests, we have the sponge gardens, mangroves and the salt marshes. If you want to go fishing for snapper, you go over here. If you want to see a beautiful bird, you go over to this other spot. So I think it's got a little bit of everything for everyone.
75% of Victoria's population live around the bays, so we use it for all sorts of things. We have people fishing, we have surfing, we have scuba divers, kids playing, we have everyone using the bay. State of the Bays report is a baseline study on the health of Port Phillip and Western Port Bay that's been brought together by government, working collaboratively with the science and broader community to bring together an understanding of what we know and tell us about what we need to know. We're here to take complex science and make sure we get the academic rigour that's required in independent science reporting, but also tell stories that are meaningful for a very diverse community. We looked at mangroves, we looked at salt marshes, we looked at reefs, fish, climate change impacts, temperature impacts, water quality, those sorts of things. We've been really fortunate that the bays are resilient and are healthy, but we can't take that for granted as we grow as a society. We really need to make sure we proactively manage the bays.
A healthy bay is really important. I mean, I want my kids to be able to enjoy what I've enjoyed ever since I was 4 years old. So to sustain the bay's health and to create a good fishery is just so important, I think, for future generations.